This is for my girlies that like to date older men. Listen up. Hey everyone, it's your favorite housewife, Izzy. So you like to date older men, mainly because they're established. Don't tell me that you like them for any other reason, my love, because let me tell you something. A 27-year-old without clothes on does not look like a 57-year-old without clothes on, and you are not going to pick the 57 or 67-year-old without clothes on, given the option. But whatever, we all did it. I did it for food for the better half of my 20s. I just want you to think about some things. It's great to date, and it's a lot of fun, but I need you to realize that you're in your 20s now and he's in his 40s, maybe 50s. But when you're in your 40s, he's going to be in his 60s, maybe 70s. Some factors I need you to think about. Does he have kids? Are you going to be splitting the lot with the kids? How much does that leave you? Does he want more kids? Are your kids going to have to split the lot with his kids? Is there enough in that lot for the lifestyle you're living now and your future kids and his kids to live? Because he's going before you and you're going to still be young and have a lot of life to live. When you are 50, he is going to be 70 and you are essentially going to be slightly his nurse. When I look at some of my exes that were 20 years older than me now, I'm like, oh, they're such old men and I am a young woman. Now, I am not telling you not to date them and have a great time on their tab and make sure that they are investing in your future. What I am saying is there really a reason to marry them if there's not a G5 and a giant yacht that's going to be left in your name? Stay toxic, my friends.
Oh boy, Colleen, you said that a 27-year-old man does not look like a 57-year-old man without clothes on, and you would not choose a 57-year-old man given the option. You know what? That applies way more to women than it does to men. And men who are 57 years old or in that range, who are established, have the option to go for a 27-year-old woman. And that's the whole thing about this rant. You're just mad that when you were young, you were taking these options from older gals. Now that you're the older gal, you don't want younger women taking them from you. Sister, I'd call it pathetic if it wasn't that evident. I can't believe that these femme fatales, when they were younger, they screwed around with older men, and I'm pretty sure there were older women telling them, don't do that, don't go for older men. They didn't listen, so what makes them think that women in their 20s now are going to listen to her? Oh, I forgot. Their deity, TikTok, is speaking, and she is a modern, multi-decades post-war queen prophet, speaking thy word of thy wrinkly truth. Save it, sister. The only thing more pathetic than what you're trying to pull here is the fact that you believe it's gonna work. Queen. Older, established men have always gotten younger women. You're an example of it. Just say that you miss that lifestyle. You miss being flown around. You miss being treated special because you had a crispy young taco and immense youth to offer the guy. Now you got an empty egg carton, sagging skin, and about a half dozen filters to offer with a bunch of grays where the guy doesn't want to see him. Not really the same thing now, is it, Colleen? But this gray-haired out, roast beef having post-wall Colleen just narked on herself. She really went on a rant saying that she was just interested in money. And she was asking the women, oh, you're just interested in money. Because she's reflecting herself on the young woman. I'm pretty sure when she was young, she actually got money from an older guy. But now, she can't get any money. And she's trying to scare women out of being with an older man because, oh, you're going to be by yourself and you still have a whole lot of life to live. Correction. Why don't you say, I can't get a man my age that's valuable because he's going for younger women. I need you to stop it because I'm thinking about my retirement. Get away from my money. Yep, keep flaunting that golden shovel there, sister. It's gonna work. Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on!
Do not give the older guy a chance. He will traumatize you and ruin your life. The best relationship you will ever have is with a man who's the same age as you. Plus or minus a few years, like 2 years. That's gonna be the truest love of your life. It's rooted in something so real. I don't know. The older guys, they just want one thing. And once they get it, your relationship is gonna look like this.
What are my dog's names?
Norman.
Okay.
Lady.
Lady?
Or like something with an L.
Norman. Remember, they all are like, Normie.
And
They all have the E.
and
Baby, there's 4. You got 1?
I know. Cause it's a girl, pretty, or like, what's her name?
Her name's Bambi.
Bambi. Okay. And then
The
what's...
babies.
Oh,
So
definitely.
it's Normie, Bambi.
What? Do not give the older man a chance. You will regret it. Literally, Tyga, we're not even gonna go there. Oh my god. Literally preyed on her when she was 14. So why are you going after kids? And also Travis was in his mid-20s when she was 19. That's when they met and started dating. It's weird. Like there's such a power disbalance there. Like it's all like controlling, all for control. Like why can't they get a girl their own age? Why aren't they attracted to women their own age? Like why do they want like a kid? And ladies, listen up. This is why you never date a man below you. And I say that Travis and Tyga were below her because they went after her when she was literally a teenager. It's weird. And it's like they're already weird, you know? Like...
Okay, and then
The
what's...
babies.
Oh,
So it's
definitely.
Normie, Bambi.
Yeah.
You don't know them? Rosie and Harley.
Oh, Rosie, Harley, yeah. Well, got it.
It's so easy for these men to get the interest of these teenagers. But then once they get them, it's like, this is the relationship. He's not even listening when you talk. Because he's not in it for, like, the real thing. God. Only give the guy a chance if he's on your level, in your league, or higher. Okay?
Really? Only give a guy a chance if he's on your level or higher. Colleen, you just defeated your argument with that last statement. What do you think an older guy is compared to these young women? Higher level, way higher level. And you're using a video here saying don't give an older guy a chance because he won't remember your pets' names? That is your whole argument right there. That's the traumatizing thing you're talking about. And Colleen, it wasn't lost on this gorilla that you were using the extreme example of Tyga texting a 14-year-old girl, which this gorilla does not condone in any way, shape, or form. But there you go. Using an extreme example to justify your attack on all men and say, yeah, don't give all older men a chance because this one was actually going for a minor. Way to employ a new tactic to get rid of your competition there, Queen. Using teenage victims to justify you getting legally adult women out of the competition once and for all. Queen, just flat out say it. The guy you wanted, you got beat out by a younger woman, a much younger woman. You're in a buyer's market and you can't compete because no one's buying the roast beef you're trying to sell. And when you try to shame men saying, oh, why are these men attracted to young women? I mean, they could be, what I'm talking about. Why aren't they attracted to women their own age? Why can't they get women their own age? Okay, let's apply your logic to the average female's preferences. Why aren't you attracted to a guy that's your own height or your own weight? Why aren't you attracted to a guy who makes your money, maybe even a little bit less money than you? I mean, if you're going for that, that means you're kind of you know what I'm talking about. You see how stupid that sounds? Sister, let me just tell you something. Your social construct rants that you're going on right now will never trump biology, biological attraction. It's there. You can't beat it. You can't shame men out of it. And you can't shame young women out of it either. You were young once, you had a crispy taco once, and you had a lot of older guys after it. And I'm pretty sure that you dated a couple of those older guys who were after your crispy young taco. Young women dating older guys dated older men when they were younger, and they miss it. This is why I'm convinced that most of these gals that make these videos were the younger women who dated older guys, but now they're upset because the guys they're attracted to are not paying their asking price for their soggy roast beef sandwich. So your solution to your problem is to shame your competition out of it. Tell your young competition, hey, these older guys aren't worth it because, here's the reasons. Not remember your pets' names, the important stuff. And sister, do you actually think by telling these young women, oh, these older guys only want one thing or don't want what you want, which is the important things? Since when is it that what a woman wants is the only important thing in a relationship? And what a guy wants isn't considered important. They're both bringing something to the relationship. He's with her because he wants to share in her youth, her beauty, her fertility. He's attracted to it. She is interested in his experience and resources. In this mathematical equation, you are not a factor there, my post-wall queen. You're not a part of the conversation. Hell, you're not even part of the dating process. If anything, these videos that you're making are going to have the exact opposite effect. I mean, if I was CEO of PetSmart, I'd use this video as my promotional video to get more cat ladies into my stores to adopt more kittens. Moving on.
What a lot of people took from my walking date update video was that I don't like age gap relationships. And that isn't true. I just don't really want one for myself unless it hits me in the face out of nowhere. Because I have a very lengthy relationship myself with age gap relationships. So I'm going to tell you about that. I got my first boyfriend when I was about 16. That lasted a couple of years. And then after that, I met my second boyfriend when I was 18, just turned 18. And I started dating this guy who was 26. And we were together, I think, until he was 30 or 31. Long story short, that turned what rhymes with schmushmooses abusive, and I now, even to this day, still have nightmares about not being able to break up with him and escape him. Literally broke up in 2016, and I thought I got away with that without any trauma, and that's hilarious to me now that I thought that. I genuinely thought that. You're probably thinking, okay, that's sad, but that doesn't mean that all age gap relationships are going to be like that, and you're completely right, which is why for some reason I pursued only older men from the ages of 21, 22 until 26. So I have literally been the 26-year-old dating the 34-year-old many times, and maybe it's just a London thing, but I really don't think any of them were dating me for the right reasons. I will also say that's clearly because I picked the wrong ones. I will acknowledge that, but I personally will not be dating someone who's 10 years older again because I found them on a dating app. Maybe if they come up to me in real life and we just gel, that's absolutely fine. It's a bit like someone who had 5 golden retrievers and all of them bit you in the face. Would you get another golden retriever, or would you be a little bit traumatized by golden retrievers? We'll also acknowledge I know a lot of people in 10-year age gap relationships and they seem healthy and good. I just don't really want one for myself right now. It doesn't mean that I think your relationship is wrong. I just don't want it for me.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
You know, Queen, I just gotta say, your logic is actually pretty sound, but you know what the sad thing is? Your actual logic of why you don't do age gap relationships is probably the reason why a lot of men refuse to date Western women, specifically American women. But the huge difference here is that there is absolutely nobody trying to shame you out of not getting into an age gap relationship, or, more to the point, using your own tactics to try to shame or scare young women out of an age gap relationship. But there are plenty of women trying to shame men into dating them. So it seems that shame is only something that is weaponized by women. And trust me, this girl is not trying to belittle your experiences, and I'm pretty sure your experiences must have had some level of trauma. Is exactly to the point that you're claiming? We don't know. It's none of our business. All we know is what you're putting out there, and we don't know if that's 100% true. But one thing that we do know that is true is that when queens like you, and there are so many of you out there, continue to pound this message, trying to use shame for not just to get young women not to date older men, but also try to shame older men into dating older women, and try to shame men of any age just to date women, you know what happens? That tactic loses a lot of its power. A lot of force that it used to have has dwindled. It's been watered down. It's gone from a haymaker to a light jab. Let's just be out with it, Queen. You can't shame your way anywhere. And I understand this video was a follow-up from a previous video, and you're trying to justify your stance, saying, no, it's not that you dislike age gap relationships. No, when you have to put on like 5 pounds of makeup, on top of that, like a half dozen filters, the more of that you use, the more you dislike the age gap relationships, because you want those men for yourself. The guy that you bagged when you were 25, you want him now that you're 35. You want him now that you're 45. Unfortunately for you, a woman who's 25 is getting them, just like you got them. And I find it amazing that most women, when they want to talk ill about the older guys that they dated, they always say the same thing. Well, he left me traumatized. All right. No details about it, just saying traumatized. What was the trauma? That you couldn't keep him? Or you really couldn't manipulate him that much? You were with him for years and you wanted him to marry you, give you half his fortune, do something like that, and he said no. And you were shocked and shaken because how dare a man say no to you? And then the action of him saying no is what traumatized you. Well, Queen, I guess we'll never know. We can only hope one day you'll make another video contradicting what you're saying now. And then out of the mesh, we can get the actual truth out of it. Moving on.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but ladies, if you are ages 18 to 24 and the man that you are dating is 10, 12, 14 plus years older than you, that man is not in love with you. You're easy to manipulate. You're young, you're naive, and you don't know any better. Also, low-key, he might be a... This is going to ruffle some feathers, but I'm telling you it's true. As a woman that was 24 that dated a 35-year-old, that man did not love me because I was mature for my age. That man loved me because I was young and easy to manipulate. And don't think you're the first girl your age that he's messed with. He messes with girls your age because women his age see right through him. Women in their 30s see right through the manipulation. They see right through the games. They see right through the cheating. They see right through the lies. But you know who doesn't? An 18-year-old girl that doesn't know any better. And I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm not saying anything negative about you. You're young. There's things you have not experienced yet. There's things you just don't know yet. And these older men will take advantage of that. If you're 18 and that man's 32, that means he was a sophomore in high school when you were born. That's not normal, honey. And again, I might get some hate for this, but somebody had to say it.
Oh, you queens just don't care about your shaming language. You don't care who you insult, do you? So let me get this straight. You're talking to women who are between 18 to 24. And off rip, you tell them that they're naive and they're easy to manipulate. And the guy who's trying to date her, who's 10, 15 years older, is probably a pedo. Number one, they're adults. Okay? Why don't you respect them as adults? That's the thing about you older dried up hens. You don't respect the young women, and starting off when you talk down to them like that, you expect them to listen to you. So why don't you treat them like adults? That's number one. Number two, you immediately go into your playbook of calling the men that they're attracted to pedos. Amazing enough, most women between the ages of 18 and 24 are actually attracted to men who are older than them, who are successful, who are settled in financially, and have more world experience. If an 18-year-old woman is attracted to a 28-year-old man, so be it. That's her choice as an adult. Oh, and she says that he didn't love you because you were mature for your age. He loved you because you were young. Queen, do you actually believe that this is some huge revelation? Do you actually believe that, I don't know, maybe that isn't pretty frickin' evident? Of course he was attracted to her because she was younger. The vast majority of men are attracted to young women. Are we supposed to shame you now because you're attracted to taller men? And you say that, oh, older women see right through it, but you don't because you're young and immature. Let me translate that. Correction. As you admitted, you were a younger woman dating an older man, and now that you're post-wall, you are jealous of young women who are getting the men that you want at your age. You missed that, so you're trying to shame your competition out of the way. Seriously, sister, why don't you go to Petco and try to shame all the cats that come home with you? I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.